at state and local levels across the country. Governors, mayors, they're stepping up. The advisory board will listen and learn lessons from their experience. And because we know that we won't fully defeat COVID-19 until we defeat it everywhere, my advisory council also includes experts on global health security so that we can restore U.S. global leadership to fight this pandemic. This is a crisis that affects everyone. As I've said throughout this campaign, I will be a president for every American. This election is over. It's time to put aside the partisanship and the rhetoric that designed to demonize one another. It's time to end the politicization of basic, responsible public health steps like mask wearing and social distancing. We have to come together to heal the soul of this country so that we can effectively address this crisis as one country. We're hardworking Americans have each other's backs, and we're united in our shared goal, defeating this virus. As we work toward a safe and effective vaccine, we know the single most effective thing we can do to stop the spread of COVID is wear a mask. Head of the CDC warned this fall that for the foreseeable future, a mask remains the most potent weapon against the virus. Today's news does not change that urgent reality. I won't be president until January 20th. But my message today is to everyone is this. It doesn't matter who you voted for, whether you stood or you stood before Election Day. It doesn't matter your party, your point of view. We can save tens of thousands of lives if everyone would just wear a mask the next few months. Not Democrat or Republican lives, American lives. You know, maybe we'd save the life of a person who stocks a shelf at the grocery store. Maybe it saves the life of a member in your place of worship. Maybe it saves the lives of one of your children's teachers. Maybe it saves your life. So please, I implore you, wear a mask. Do it for yourself. Do it for your neighbors.
That is going down.
Mask is not a political statement, but it is a good way to start pulling the country together. I want to be very clear. The goal of mask wearing is not to make your life less comfortable. It's to take something away from you. It's to give something back to all of us. A normal life.
How the fuck is a mask gonna give something back to people?
As fast as possible.
These people.
And masks are critical in doing that. It won't be forever. But that's how we'll get our nation back up to speed economically. So we can go back to celebrating birthdays and holidays again. So we can attend sporting events again. So we can get back to the lives and connections we shared before the pandemic. It doesn't matter whether or not we always agree with one another. It doesn't matter who you voted for. We are Americans and our country is under threat. And now, we're now called to do the same thing that generations of proud Americans have done when faced with crisis throughout our history. Rise above our differences to defend the strength and the vitality of our nation. You know, that's the character of patriots. That's the character of Americans. We have to do this together. Wearing a mask may seem like a small act. Maybe you think your individual choice won't make any difference. But throughout our history, throughout the history of our nation, we've seen over and over how small acts add up to enormous achievements. It's the weight of many small acts together that bend the arc of history. You know,
I've had enough of this shit.
people can't accomplish what we work together as one people with one mission. We can get this virus under control, I promise you. We can rebuild our economy back.
Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders, the apostles of Great Millstone. Blessings and salutations be to the hopeful elect, noise in the gospel abroad, lifting up the standard of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, wherever it may be. This is Ya'aki and Mahaloya, coming back with another quick lesson through the Spirit. You heard it from the monkey's mouth, okay? Right before I started the video, I clicked on this, and I couldn't get to it in time, but he said some very key points that I wish I would have captured on footage, and Lord's will, when that interview was put up, whether it's on a YouTube for review basically, when I first clicked on it, the first thing he was talking about, he said, we need to focus on the Black, Hispanic, Native American, and Pacific Islander neighborhoods more because those particular areas are hit harder than so-called white areas. All right, and he even stated that as soon as he get in office, he's going to put together a coronavirus or a C virus task force in order to stop this particular plague that's going on, you know. So hey, he basically told you, man, and the vaccine is going to be readily available for free. So right there tells you what this man's plans is. But here you are, you stupid niggas and you dumbass women, you put this motherfucker in office, man. All right, and you know what? Actually, I'm happy because you know what? We all speculated through the spirit that Trump was gonna do things in which the paperwork, and Trump did. He did a lot to bring this country to where it's at now. He basically brought the division, like the Yahushua said in Luke, no, in Matthew 12 and 24, that Satan divided against Satan, how should his kingdom stand? Trump did just that, and we believe that was the reason why the elites put him in there. But as time progressed, you can see that Trump was starting to kind of go against the deep state. He was kind of doing his own thing a little bit. And this is why I believe that they kind of held the election on hold for a while to really determine who they was going to put in there. Because I won't say that Biden wasn't really one of their choices. I believe he was, because they know who's going to be presidents before they are. But it was like a toss-up between him and Trump. And if you look at the plans that Biden is coming forth with, as far as the virus task plan and the economic system and all these different revisions on focusing on a Black, Hispanic, and Native American race, and he said it in that order, that's the elite's plan, because Psalms 83, that they take crafty counsel against thy hidden ones, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. So listening to this man's interview, that pretty much tells you that he's the man through the spirit. It's a very possibility that he can get this thing going and popping. All right, he could be the man that's gonna bring in Jacob's trouble, because hey, he's saying everything that's gonna pretty much put you people in an uncomfortable state. A C virus task force. Come on, man. What you think that consists of? That consists of military troops. That consists of people snitching on you. That consists of prisons and fines and etc. Draconianism. And he's with that. He said as soon as possible, when he's inaugurated, he said he's gonna put a plan in play ASAP to combat this thing. So, hey, man, 2021 is going to be a heck of a year. It's going to be a hell of a year, man. All right? We may label it the year of prophecy part 2. Who knows? But it's not looking good for you tribes. Because like the scriptures say, peace and safety and sudden destruction coming upon them like a woman in travail. You stupid, dumb Negroes, you put him in Kamala Harris, which she's a heathen. She's not even a so-called black woman. Intel came out that our mother, which Kamala, goes back into Hinduism, and believe it or not, her father's from Jamaica, but it came out that her father is an Elamite, man. So she's not even a so-called black woman. But a lot of you Jakes, you voted for Kamala because she looks like a so-called Negro woman. And on top of that, you got TD Fakes, you got this guy Barack Insane Obama, you got this dude Louis Farrakhan, you got all these Judas goats that appears to be your people, but that's set up to label you and make you the problem of the world. All right, which they're gonna justify rolling on you, man. So all you tribes out there celebrating and dancing and laughing and having fun and thinking that your life is getting back to normal, remember, those numbers are going up. And remember, the first thing he's focusing on is the Black, Hispanic, and Native American race, in a task force at that. So if that don't tell you that this man has a sinister agenda for you Israelites, man, I don't know what the hell to say to you, man. Because the scriptures goes into being a wolf, a sheep in wolf's clothing, because blatantly everybody hated Trump. All right, he was basically opposition. He was controlled opposition, and basically he was put in office for you to hate him. All right, and it makes sense that it ain't gonna be the obvious who they put in office that's gonna make it seem like they're gonna bring the war of Armageddon. This guy Biden, he's speaking it, man. He's speaking draconian. He's the fulfillment of Revelation 13 and 11. It says that spake as a lamb, but as a dragon. Because he's telling the people what they want to hear, but to us in the truth, it's plain of what this man want to do. All right, he's telling you that, look, man, wear a mask, wear a mask, wear a mask. A paper mask which is gonna stop a pandemic, right? A paper mask. That's the solution. A virus task force and inoculations. What do you think that consists of? You think that consists of, okay, come down to the doctor, get your shot, and go home and have a barbecue the next day? No, that consists of having military. When somebody say they have a task force, look up the word force, okay? The word force means by a physical exertion or by forceful means or by methodical means, so to speak. Somebody force you to do something, it's against your will, all right? But while you dumb niggas are out there happy and jumping and dancing and thinking, oh yeah, he's gonna tackle the coronavirus, we're gonna get back to going to the club and having 4th of July picnics on a lakefront and all that fucking bullshit you dumb niggas are saying, you understand that this man is probably more than likely gonna be the one that's gonna fuck your ass up, man. And you can look in that motherfucker's face and tell he ain't right, man, with that stupid ass grin on his face. And you know what? I'm gonna say this too. This gonna be my next lesson. We all said that Trump was gonna be the guy. Look, man, if you don't believe what we saying is true, then hey, we don't give a shit. Because at the end of the day, it's gonna come to pass any goddamn way. Whether they put Barack Obama's ass in there, whether they put Michael Jackson in the office, guess what? The prophecy's still gonna come to pass. It ain't a matter of who's in office, it's just a matter of when the shit happens, all right? People get mad at us because Trump didn't bring the war of Armageddon. We didn't say that Trump was gonna bring Armageddon in his first fucking term, man. All right? After this year, we saw that with them, we knew possibility that it was gonna be extended. We never said, oh, Trump gonna bring World War III, at least not to my knowledge, in his first term. All right? We said 9 times out of 10, if he got a second term, then it's possible that he will do that. But now Biden is in there. That's if he get in there. That's if Trump don't do something slick. You know, people mad at us. Well, y'all thought y'all said Trump was going to be the person. Look, the scriptures say hasten a day. All right. And when we said that, we wasn't making it a definitive prophecy. We going off the actions that this man displayed, a hothead. And we focused on the characteristics of this damn demon, man. We didn't say definitively he was going to bring the war of Armageddon. But when you think about it and you look at Biden, it makes a lot of sense that Biden can very well be the man that's going to put this country on his back, bro. I'm talking about, you heard what he just said in this interview. He said, and then he got 4 years. Trump wasn't talking all that big shit in his first term. Yeah, he sent a couple of Tomahawk missiles and stuff and shut down the border and was opposition against the Northern Kingdom, but he wasn't talking in this shit, man. He wasn't talking about coming up with this particular task force until his last year, because coronavirus just hit America this year. So you think the man had enough time to put that into play, to set up a task force and have the inoculations ready for the people? No, man. So basically, he's picking up where Trump left off at. That's why the motherfucker keeps saying it don't matter who you voted for. Because at the end of the day, they're all propagating the same agenda, man. For you simpletons out there. Okay? So this is the book of Revelation 12 and 12. It says, therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. It says, woe unto the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil has come down to you having great wrath, because he knoweth he have but a short time. He had a short time, man. All right? And the fact that you got what appears to be Eve and the serpent in there, this is full circle. It beginning with them. The beginning was with Eve, all right? And the serpent, her selling out to the so-called white man. Even though Kamala, we speculate that she's not an Israelite. But the point in case in being is she appears to be a woman of color. So here we go again. And on top of that, not even Eve also being the woman of color, we know that Eve will come back as an Israelite. We understand that. But overall, a woman represents Eve anyway, because all you women, from the Moabite woman to the Israelite woman to the Edomite woman, all you come from Adam and Eve, man. All right, which were people of color. So back Kamala being in there, sitting hand in hand with this freaking devil right here. Hey, she can be an Edomite woman as vice president. The fact about it is, you have a woman in a position of power. All right, and when you look at the schematics that was played out in the garden, basically Satan gave her power, man, to be played out at this particular time. So it makes sense that this could possibly be the campaign that's going to bring in the second coming of Yahweh Shai. I wouldn't doubt it. I'm more confident about that than with Trump. And I can honestly say that I'm confident about that. All right, because I don't see Biden going past 4 years, man. I just don't see it. All right, what he's going to do, He's going to cause a lot of people to be locked down. He's going to force that shit. And a lot of these, what you call constitutionalists, they're not going for that. They're not going for masking up. They're not going for giving away their weapons. All right? Because, hey, even he was talking about doing an assault weapon ban. So that's already division. That's already civil war that's going to be on the shores of America. So what happens after that? Military. It's common sense, man. And he's talking about doing this within his first year. So from head on, hey, you could say, hey, Jacob's trouble pretty much started already, buddy. You know, and you stupid Negroes out there, like the scriptures say, peace and safety, then sudden destruction coming upon them like a woman in travail. All right, so matter of fact, let me get that, because this is beautiful, man. I'm glad that he's actually in there, because he's doing exactly what the scriptures say they would do. All right. So this is the book of 1 Thessalonians 5:3. It says, for when they should say peace and safety, then sudden destruction coming upon them as a travail upon a woman with child. And they should not escape. All right. So you tribes, man, you think that everything is going to get back to normal. He's feeding you that fluff and puff speech. You know, like the scriptures say, through fair speeches, he deceiveth the heart of the simple. This fluff and puff speech, you really believe that that's going to help? Wear a mask, which is going to compromise your immune system and your respiratory system. Wear a mask. Wear it over your nose, man. You get caught without a mask, they may hit you with a hefty fine. Another time, they may double it. The third time, they may send you to a detention center, man. And he already mentioned right before I turned on the video, wish I would have got it in time, the soundbite, but he basically stated that the CVAX is going to be free and readily available, starting with the Black, Hispanic, and Native American race in that order. Because those areas are allegedly hit harder than the fucking white areas, man. Which is a damn lie. Because everybody that got sick from C virus, they were people they were people without color. They were Edomites, man. Edomites. I ain't never heard of a chick getting sick with the COVID, man. You know. So we gonna see what's gonna happen, man. But hey, man, it ain't looking too good. This man he's hell bent on fulfilling the Illuminati's agenda. He's telling you straightforward out of his mouth, when we were just listening to it, what his plans is to tackle this pandemic, man. Meaning lockdowns, you know, prisons, fines, mass camps, you know, being stuck with needles. This man is basically doing exactly what we prophesied that they would do. You know, we thought Trump would do it, but it don't matter at this point. He's gonna do it possibly. So shit, the prophecy is still true. You can't call us false prophets because Trump ain't bringing the end of the world. Trump did everything to get us to this point. So Trump did do what we say he was gonna do. He fulfilled a lot of prophecy, man. DJ filled a lot of prophecy. For you morons out there that think that prophecy just happened in one day and the end come. No, prophecy is like putting together a puzzle. You got a 2,000 piece puzzle. You can finish the puzzle in one day if you're diligent, but hey, the Most High's puzzle is not like that. Each puzzle was put together over a course of time, man. All right, if you got a brain, you will understand that, you know. But anyway, with that, I'm gonna play a little bit more of the video, but I'm gonna give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Double honors to the elders, the apostles of GMS, and blessings and salutations to the whole full leg. I like to be long-winded on a topic like this, but actually I'm driving, so I'm gonna let the devil speak for himself. And with that, shalom.